Well. Seems like the AI revolution is coming whether you like it or not. And I have no personal problem with AI being used anywhere. It's a tool, use it. Do what you want with it. You can do whatever you want, whether it be for gaming, art, creativity, research, anything you can think of, you can use AI to do that. And it seems like one of the biggest names in the gaming industry is thinking about using AI, and that is Capcom. And we have a tweet here from IGN to look at. It says, Capcom is experimenting with generative AI to create the hundreds or thousands of unique ideas needed to build in-game environments, and I see no problem with this whatsoever. It's just ideas. They didn't even say directly they were going to put artwork in the game that are made by AI, and even if they did, they have the right to do that. They can do whatever they want with their game. I'm not interested in this retarded fear-mongering with the artists on Twitter. They say things like, oh, this is going to bankrupt the art industry. Nobody cares. Guess what? The gamers don't care. Why? Because we just want a good game, and this industry has not been making good games. So why should anybody care whether or not some random furry artist on Twitter has a job? Because that's the only place you hear people complain about AI. Nobody cares. When it comes to YouTube, nobody cares like that. This is specifically a Twitter problem. So if Capcom wants to use AI to help them generate thousands of unique ideas, guess what? Whatever game they use that on, gamers will still buy the game, assuming the game is good, which Capcom has a great track record recently. They make a lot of great games, so I have nothing to worry about. But if they decide to use AI in their next game, who cares? It's just ideas on top of that. Even if it was more than ideas like artwork or sound or textures or character models, who cares? Nobody cares. People just want great content. I don't know why that's so hard for people to understand, because we're not getting any great content from the West. Like, the Eastern developers are winning. They are cooking the Western developers. They are embarrassing the West right now. The only thing good in the West is indie games. Indie games are better than AAA games, but most people don't play indie games. If you're just playing AAA games, you're just stuck with the slop. And people will not care if the Japanese or Asian developers in general use AI, because we trust them to make great games. But of course, this is Twitter, and Twitter loves to fearmonger about AI. The people who complain about AI on Twitter are just a bunch of obnoxious man-children with no job. They're 40-year-old losers that desperately want to be artists for a living. Just a bunch of worthless idiots doing nothing but sitting on their ass all day. And we see a lot of those people in the replies of this tweet, like this one here. It says, I will legit drop the series if they go through with this. Monster Hunter was always about the creative team coming up with amazing designs. We don't need AI slop to do a job that humans can do, and they're really great at it. What the fuck does AI slop mean? AI is just a tool to make something. How is AI inherently slop? It's just a tool that people can use. So I don't get what the term AI slop mean. What you mean to say is that you really care that much about AI being used in gaming when gamers won't care. That's what I want to see so bad. I want to see a game come out that has AI in it, used AI to make the game, and it sell like a lot of copies, because that will cement the idea that gamers do not care. Hopefully that can happen sooner rather than later. And this next reply is someone who actually clicked on the article. It says, if you read the article, they created their own prototype that uses thousands of ideas made in shop that help organize and formulate ideas to smooth out the process. Specifically, shortens needs for meetings and votes on what concepts to combine. But most people will not read the article. Most people just read headlines of articles. That's been a thing for a long time. Most people just saw the term AI and they had a mental breakdown because they want people to pay them for their disgusting furry art. People could just generate their own dirty art with AI. Because that's who gets mad at stuff like this, is the losers who want to do Twitter art for a living. Get a fucking job. Nobody's going to pay you for your garbage. Get a job. You are the only ones that fearmonger this much about AI. This is just a Twitter problem. This is not a real life problem. AI art is only complained about by people on Twitter with no job. And whenever anyone says that or defends AI, they get attacked relentlessly. And there will always be losers who get mad at gamers who don't care about AI. Like this reply here. I legit got flamed over on r/Unity 3D for taking a hard stance against this. The gaming community needs to stand together and fight back against this crap. We cannot 1 minute be upset about mass industry layoffs and the other turn a blind eye to this. Who is complaining about mass industry layoffs? The only people who are complaining are just shills. People who are fake and don't want to tell the truth about the gaming industry and what's going on. So I don't know what you mean by that, because every single time I see mass layoffs in this industry, I'm celebrating, I'm laughing, I'm making videos, layoffs. I've talked about layoffs in so many videos. I enjoy seeing layoffs in this industry because video games are trash. They're buggy, broken, lame, ugly, boring, trash games. Gamers do not give a fuck about gaming layoffs. Real gamers, not meat riding shells. Not people on Twitter who say, oh my god, how did this happen? These developers made such an amazing game. That game was so good. It was a masterpiece. If they made such an amazing game, why the fuck did the game flop? Since it was so amazing, why did it flop? That's what caused layoffs, bad sales. It's because they didn't make an amazing game. It's because they suck. So why do you think gamers will give a fuck about layoffs? That's another reason why gamers will not care, is because there's so much trash in the industry that gamers don't give a fuck if these people get replaced by AI, because they're trash anyway. So we don't give a fuck if AI takes over the industry, because the industry is not good. And like I said before so many times, gamers won't give a fuck. We just want a good game, and that's what this reply is saying here. Don't care as long as it's good, and that is the most normal response I've heard. And that is the general consumer response, because guess what? Nobody cares if artists lose their job. You know why? Because people have their own fucking job to do. People got their own families to take care of. Nobody gives a fuck about some whiny queers on Twitter not getting hired as an artist. Shut the fuck up. You're not that special. If you're not doing a good job as an artist, or you're not getting hired as an artist, go get another job. Go be a fucking construction worker or some shit. Nobody cares. People hating AI art is a Twitter exclusive problem. Nobody gives a fuck outside of Twitter, you fucking losers. Get a job. And you get the idea behind a lot of these replies. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if Capcom decides to do this, most of you will not care. If they did this in the next Monster Hunter or Mega Man or whatever, I will buy it if the game is good. I do not give a fuck what is being used to make the game. As long as the game is good and it's worth my money, I will buy it. So Capcom, if you want to do this, go ahead. Generate thousands, hundreds of thousands of ideas and put them in your game. And the market will decide if it's good enough for money. Because that's all we can do at the end of the day. Just let the market decide what is popular and what is not. So all we have to do is just wait and see if Capcom actually does something like this in the future. So I don't have much else to say. I don't want to keep repeating myself. So all the losers getting mad on Twitter about AI art, go fuck yourself.